You know, it's funny. I started writing songs a few years back in my bedroom with an acoustic guitar. It's just me and my guitar. No one could hear me other than the walls of my room, singing loudish too. I'd say I thought it was kind of embarrassing for me, the thought of anyone hearing me trying to sing and play. It'd make me cringe. My girlfriend heard a demo I did. Well, I say more of a demo. It was more of a CD, loads of covers, like Everything About You by Ugly Kid Joe, Bed of Roses by Bon Jovi, and Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapman. They weren't the best, but I tried. I was red in the face, hiding behind my hands as I let her hear it. She knew I was writing songs, but I wanted somebody else to sing them. She instantly said, "You gotta record your own stuff and sing it yourself too." Now that's the biggest boost anybody could have given me. I've always thought and been told I can sing, but never believed it till then. Something clicked. I started writing with a hint of seriousness, writing the lyrics, the vocals, guitar rhythm and lead, and adding drums and bass, with a tiny bit of piano, transcribed from what I'd play on guitar. I wrote about 35 songs for an album with no name, and at that time my mobile phone would play tricks on me. Sometimes I'd never receive a message for a day or two, and sometimes the odd message would take an hour or so to send and receive. It was really frustrating. Imagine having a conversation by text message and losing some of the conversation. I said to my girlfriend, "It's like I'm having a lost conversation." Wow, yeah. That sums my album up perfectly. Lost conversations. All the things I should have said, didn't say, and wanted to say when I was a kid and growing up and through my life up to now.
This is Warwick Street. Used to live here. There's a couple of neighbours actually who I would recognise coming down the street. But this is my old house, number 29 Warwick Street. It's a front room, used to be my bedroom. After my younger brother was born, I moved downstairs into the front room, which was a big bedroom. Had two big black lush chairs. Then you got upstairs, you got my mum's room. You can't really see my other bedroom because it's at the back of the house. Park in a way has influenced a lot of the music I've did. With the upbringing down here, you have such a child life when you've got such a big park right on the top of your street. It influences your music in a big way, I suppose. I think, like, Tell Me Why was written mainly because of changes. Nobody wants to grow up. I don't want to grow up at all. I think you grow up, you lose part of your inspiration. I think Michael Jackson said that as well. If he grew up, he'd lose your writing ability and inspiration from life in general. Michael Jackson was an influence in my music aspiration from a kid. Wanted to write music all my life, just never getting around to doing something till now. In relation to youth, it affects your music. If you can't be immature and you can't have fun, you'd not draw as much inspiration. My music wouldn't be the way it is if I wasn't such a kid at heart. Helped bring my younger brother up, 7-year age gap. It didn't stop me growing up, but it made me realise that I don't think anybody actually grows up. Well, I don't speak to my father because he was just a bad father, never there when I was a child, always a drunk. So it sort of creates friction between the family unit, so to speak. So I wouldn't want to turn out like that. I wouldn't want no one to turn out like that and being alcoholic the way he is. And people say it's not your fault when you're an alcoholic, but it is your fault because you chose to decide that way and you chose to be like that. With me not having a father figure, so to speak, that I call him dad anyway, but with us not having him there all the time, it's made me want to be there for kids and want to be there more than you would usually, I think. Castle's sort of, where I grew up, so it's my home. So it'll always have a nice place. Even though I'm not living in Newcastle now, it's still definitely home for me. Only home when I see the bridge. When I see designs that my dad's, well, buildings that my dad's designed and things like that, I'm quite proud in a way. Although I shouldn't be. I should hate it because I hate my father. But quite proud that he's had some influence on structures in the northeast. It does influence me in a way. Going back and tell me why, that was written because of the scenery is always changing, and that's written slightly because of my dad as well, with him designing things. So everything's always changing, the horizon's always different all the time.
So far away, stepping out, takes on my way home. Things around turbulent times, I get just to see through this payphone. But I run out of time, where it's hard to get through to the pearl on wine. Flies me back to you, like just close my eyes. Whisper. Baby, my love is true, but I wanna lay you down in the bed of roses for tonight, and I'll sleep on a bed of nails. Yeah, I wanna be just as close as the road.